Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. That's quite a way to start this football game on the ground right away. They're almost near midfield.
And that run, whether you're for this team or against them, it brings you out of your seat, doesn't it? Because that's an exciting way to get things rolling. Now you've got to hunker down on defense and not permit another first down run.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mahomes.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game and backfired with the interception. But no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. Certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The tight end in motion right. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Oh, I like this call. I know they weren't successful on it, but so many times defenses load up trying to get a safety when you're in this spot. How about taking the shot downfield, hoping to use their momentum against them? They didn't get it, but I sure like what they were doing there.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. The Raiders at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Looking deep for Adams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They begin the drive with Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter, and it seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation, and here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd down, Williams. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more of a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Quick throw completed by Willis. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Willis now off play action. And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot can help you force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They go back to the ground with Williams. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. They'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Third down, it's Willis. He rifles one that's intercepted. Anthony Everett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
This is what you would call growing pains here, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help him dominate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10 to the 36-yard line. Stop there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Carr on the bootleg. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Carr gonna throw. Caught by Allen. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Willis looking to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball is thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. The shotgun snap to Willis. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go play action with Willis. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Max Crosby is really starting to get his due around the league as one of the best young pass rushers in the game. 25 sacks in his first 3 seasons.
On second and a long way to go. Willis. His throw incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Greg Dortch back deep. That's taken on the 25. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just about one. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown flip. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Running right through him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession. They give it to Williams, running right. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Willis. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Oh, the option to give to Williams here. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now Or one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. In motion right comes Allen. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want him to catch the football first.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of broad daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, Jacobs once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On play action, it's Carr. And Allen's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Jacobs going to try the middle. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football. Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Throwing, Willis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Now Willis. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Willis to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's Willis. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
But this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his own. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Willis to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for him to find open places to throw.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Throwing his car. He hits Adams complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And here in overtime, if the team that receives ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they do. So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Willis headed left off the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Willis with the first throw in overtime. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Willis looks to pass it here. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal won't finish the game.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now Willis to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A give to Williams, running right. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they have regained the lead. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Houston, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.